After I recovered from the severe injuries that I received from being jumped and from being assaulted by my own coworker, John, who was a Marine drill sergeant, and those four guys from the Vietnamese mafia, I decided that, back to work, and I'm not gonna be afraid of those people. I'm gonna stand up to them. And going back to work, working at Insomnia at that nightclub, showed a lot of courage because people thought that I would fear for my life, after what happened to me. But no, I actually went back there seeking revenge because this time I was prepared and I was gonna break some people in half. But it was something unexpected when I showed up there. A lot of people, welcomed me with open arms. The leader of the mafia over there came up to me and personally apologized for what had happened outside to me, and he assured me that it wouldn't happen again, that he has a lot of respect for me. My coworker, John, the one who struck me with the flashlight, apologized to me sincerely, and he told me that he deserved to get his teeth knocked out by me. Um, and like everything was back to normal. We all agreed that we would leave the past in the past, and I had my battle marks, my scar on my face and on the back of my head, and John's missing a tooth, and whatever injuries the other guys got, that's something they're gonna have to live with, for the rest of their lives. All of us are gonna have to live with it for the rest of our lives, and those are what I guess we call battle scars. Uh, so working at the club, I was back in my position as VIP bouncer, and then I got promoted to roaming bouncer. So basically, I got to go wherever I wanted to. I could be on the third floor, the second floor, the first floor, outside. I was trusted to do anything that I wanted to, and I was getting paid more than any other bouncer was getting paid there, and that's due to the tip, what have you. But there was one night where I heard a call for backup in front of the club. It said backup needed in the front, backup needed in the front. And it was from one of my friends, Vic, and I really have a lot of respect for him. He's my boy. Um, I ran out there real fast. And as soon as I got out there, I seen Vic. I was like, Vic, what's up? What's going on? I didn't see no fight in front of the club. I said, what's going on? He said, oh, there was a fight in front of the club, but he's like, it's all right. They over there at the MCI Center now. And the MCI Center is now called the Verizon Center. Back then, it used to be called the MCI Center. And I seen a few Hispanic males beating the crap out of two white males, and there was females over there crying and screaming and trying to stop the fight, but they couldn't. And it was out of our jurisdiction. Basically, it wasn't our property. We had no business to get there. It was the police's job, but there was no police officers there. Yeah, it's strange that there weren't any police officers there at that time, when normally there was. But I care for people, and I care to protect, and I was doing my job, and I ran real fast. As soon as I seen what was going on, I ran, and I was probably about a good 100 feet away, and when I got like 50 feet away, I yelled out real loud, hey, stop it! And I'm still running and running, and the Hispanic guys, they see me, they see this big, strong guy running, charging towards them, and as soon as I got like 20 feet close to them, they jump inside their car that was right next to the scene, and they get away, and they had their own getaway car and everything. It was strange. It was like, I don't know if it was set up or planned out. I don't know what happened in the beginning, but I got there just in time to save one of the guys' lives, and the guy was sitting down on the sidewalk, and he was holding the back of his neck. I said, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Man, I got stabbed in the back of my neck." He's like, "I'm bleeding, man." He's like, "I don't know about my partner, man. How is he doing?" I checked, and his partner got stabbed in the throat, in the jugular vein, and he was losing so much blood. And the guy mentioned to me that they work for the government, either a secret service or something like that. And whatever he said, I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about saving the guy's life. And um, one of my coworkers, who's a sniper in the army, he came out, and I told him to apply pressure to the wound, to the stab wound. Hold his throat. Take the skin and close it together, pinch it. And he followed orders. And again, this was human instinct. I don't have any first aid experience or medical experience. I just, based on probably what I seen on Rescue 911 as a kid growing up and what have you, just human instincts. And I ran to the fire department, which is a block away, and I banged on the fire department door and the garage doors, until the EMS, until the paramedic came down. And it was either a paramedic or a firefighter in regular clothes, fire station clothes. And I mentioned to them, I said, there are two people bleeding, down the street. I was like, please come right now. Please, just come. I was trying to pull the guy with me. He's like, whoa, 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 did you call 911? I was like, yes, I'm pretty sure they called 911. I was like, but they're bleeding to death. Please, please come right now. Please, please, please. And I was begging him. He was like, okay, they call 911. I said, yes, people have called 911. And I'm telling you personally, I'm a security guard at Insomnia. They're bleeding. They've been stabbed. And the guy, the paramedic or the firefighter, he said, okay, we're coming. So I ran back over there to the scene, and my partner had, let go of his neck. He wasn't holding the wound, and there was blood gushing out. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why'd you let go? And he was like, it's too much. He's like, it just blood kept gushing out, and I guess he was scared of the blood, and he was traumatized. I was like, come on, man. I was like, you should have some first aid experience. You're supposed to hold it tight. He's like, I can't. He's like, he's gone, man. That's the jugular vein. He's not gonna make it. I was like, no, he is. And I told the guy, I looked at him. He was looking at me the entire time because he was conscious enough to know that I was making all the effort to help him out, to help save his life. And he was just staring at me. And I told him, I said, buddy, hang in there. Don't worry, hang in there. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. And like, he was just losing all of his blood. And like, he seemed like just comfortable. He was just staring at me. And I just told him to hang in there. And the girls were crying, and they were looking at me. They were like, help him. And I said, I'm doing my best. I was like, don't worry, the paramedics are coming. I was like, you're gonna go to the hospital. You'll be okay. Don't worry. And even his partner, who got stabbed in the back of the neck, was shaking his head. He said, he knew that his buddy wasn't going to make it because he got stabbed in a jugular vein. And there was so much blood, the entire sidewalks were covered in blood, as if it was raining blood. It was blood everywhere, and it came from one man, because the guy who got stabbed in the back of the neck wasn't bleeding that bad. And he was staring at me, and he took his last breaths, and he died. And I knew that he was gone. And that was the first time that I've seen someone die in front of me, in front of my own eyes. And I questioned, myself right at the moment. Where is he? Where is his soul? Can he come back to life? What's happening? I was shocked. I was shocked. And I tried my best to save his life, and then I regretted running to the fire department, because then I thought that if I would have stayed there, that maybe I would have held his neck, and I would have squeezed the skin together so tight that no blood would come out. I would have held it so tight. would have saved his life. But I thought that, you know, I thought my partner would do that. And I thought that, I'll be faster running to the fire department to get help, get paramedics over there. He died. And they had all these Humvees, and they had all these, black cars and military vehicles, and detectives, and it was just like the roads were blocked off because, come to find out, this man actually was someone who protected the President of the United States of America. He was in the Air Force, and he was a part of the motorcade of, the Secret Service. Whatever else position he had, I don't know. But this story was, all over the news. And it happened to be that MS-13 gangsters were the ones who stabbed and killed him. For what? I don't know. And the man who was doing all the stabbing got to escape the country, and he's in his country, and America can't bring him back. They won't bring him back. They should bring him back. He killed an innocent person. The guy seemed so young. The guy seemed helpless. He didn't expect to go out and get stabbed in his neck, in his jugular vein, and to die that night. That wasn't his objective, and that wasn't his plans for that night. But it was the plan of God. To be continued.